Hey witches, it's Kat from New Witch Academy of Modern Magic, and I am here to talk to you about one of my very favorite beginner witch books, the Solitary Witch's Green Book. So I found this book at the very beginning of my journey, probably 4 years ago. I can't remember how I came across it, but it is available on Amazon, first of all, for $10. So the thing to know about this is it's small and it's 140 pages, but it is packed with so much information. The author of this book is Beatrix Minerva Linden. And she set this book up as like a course. It was published in 2018. The subtitle of it, so the full title of this book is The Solitary Witch's Green Book, Basic Witch Spells and Journaling for Your Everyday Magic Practice. As the name implies, this is for solitary witches. And while it says it's for beginners and intermediate witches, I really feel like this could be used by anybody, for any new witch. Unless you want to follow Wiccan path, that's a whole different direction. Here at New Witch Academy, we're both solitary witches. Jamie and I are solitary witches. So that's the path we follow. And for me, the definition of a solitary witch is you learn about all of the things, all the different witchcraft things that there are, like crystals and chakras and meditation and spells and herbs and potions and just everything, numerology, astrology, tarot, everything. And then you pick and choose what you want to be part of your practice. So that's how I define it. You decide how you define it, because truly this path is for you to build your own. It's build your own path. Choose what you want to follow, what you want to be part of your practice, and do those things. So back to my book review. That was a little off topic, but I just wanted to cover who I thought this book is for. As I said, I got it probably 4 years ago when I first started, just probably a year or so into my practice. And I liked it so much that I actually built a 13-week course based on this book called the Beginner Witch series. And it was 13 classes, and Jamie and I did those 3 times, those 13 weeks, 3 times in the last three and a half years or so. So if you're new to witchcraft, here's why you will like this book. It's written, the chapters are short. So the way that it's set up is it's 6 weeks of basically things to do, things to read about. And like I said, this is 140 pages. So you're not ever reading more than 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's it. Sometimes even less than that. Very brief information, just kind of as an introduction to different topics. So in chapter 1, I'm going to go through the chapters with you to tell you what you can expect to find in each of them. But within a week, so the way it's set up is for a 6-week course, but within a week, you've got 5 days that you will do something. You will read something, you will do something. And she starts, your very first task, week 1, day 1, is to get a journal and to start journaling, which I think is a fabulous thing for any new witch to do, because you just don't realize how much you have to learn and how much you're going to grow. And when you have that to look back on in your book of shadows or your magical journal or just your journal, whatever you choose to call it, you're going to be amazed at your growth. And you can take, you can put lots of notes in there. You can ask questions. You can do some reflection. But truly, she starts day 1, week 1, day 1, with getting a journal and starting to write things down. So in week 1, you'll go through simple exercises like code of ethics, like what do you believe? What do you think is right or wrong in terms of what you can do in witchcraft? Let's see. Sorry, I lost my place. So just bear with me for a second. Okay, so when you go through your 5 days, so it's like Monday through Friday, read this, do that, read this, do that. And a lot of the do that is write something in your journal, especially in that first week. That's pretty much all you're doing. You're answering some questions, putting some thought into what this journey means to you, what you're embarking on, what you believe, what you've heard, and what you choose to make a part of your practice. So that's kind of week 1. You're doing a lot of that. On the weekends, she reserves the weekends for your catch up, for gathering supplies that you might need for the next week, and for doing one like simple exercise where you're actually like doing something. Like in week 1, you hug trees. You get out in nature. And then I think in week 2, we do, let's see, is it week 1? 1 week you'll do a cleansing bath and try scrying. So you know what scrying is when you let the water get really still, like in a pool of water or a sink of water or a bathtub of water. You let that water get really still, and then you try to see if you can get any readings from that, or if you can see anything in the water. I didn't really connect with that, so I will not be scrying, but that's just one of the exercises. The point being that she has you try different things and get exposed to different things so that you can say, that doesn't really vibe with me, or gosh, I really want to know more about this. You get just enough information to get curious, or to say, maybe not right now. I'm not going to do that. The book also has a section in the back, of course, like all good witch books do, that is reference. So you've got a couple pages of lists and tables, like runes and their keywords, tarot, all the tarot cards, major and minor arcana, and their keywords to each of those 78 cards. And then you have, let's see what else. You've got a little table of correspondence for spells. So it's just like 2 pages, not super big, but this is great information to transfer into your Book of Shadows, because it lists like the type of spells. I'll give you an example. Love spell, the colors associated with that. She's got red, pink, and green, because green for the heart chakra. Herbs associated with the spell to do with loves could be pink rose, vanilla, cinnamon, lavender. She keeps it so simple. I just love that. I love the simplicity of it, because I feel like there's so much information out there for witches. It's overwhelming. So this keeps it nice and simple and concise so that you can grasp it. Moving on, herbs, and then she's got the element of a love spells, fire and water. Crystals associated with love spells could be, can be rose quartz, peridot, avertine, malachite, and jade. And then the chakra that it's associated with, of course, is the heart, because it's a love spell. And then she's got related tarot cards and numerology. So that's what's across the top here. And you've got these different kinds of spells, like love for, what does that say? Romantic love, self-love, friendship. And then you've got love, passionate, like sexy stuff. And health, money, banishing, protection, intuition, good luck, motivation, what does that say? Communication, spiritual growth, and then the last one is mental clarity. So just a little table of correspondence with some really good information that you could transfer to your Book of Shadows. So that's the reference that's at the back of the book. Now, I'm going to have to read a little bit from my notes, because I did write down what each of the chapters cover. So forgive me while I take my eyes off of you and put them on my notes here. So like I said, in week 1, day 1, you start by making a magic journal. You'll read about different types of witches. You'll answer some questions to help you find your path. You will consider some ethical questions surrounding using witchcraft, and you'll try a cleansing bath and scrying, as I already said. So that's week 1. In week 2, you'll create a witch's box. So here we're going to get creative. You get to find a box, you get to decorate it. You'll also make a wand or find a wand and learn how to bless it. You'll learn about the elements, fire, water, air, earth, and get an introduction to ritual knives, divination tools, including a pendulum, runes, cards, oracle, tarot, and angel cards. And you'll also create an altar in week 2. So that's, things pick up very quickly after week 1. When you get through answering questions and doing a lot of writing and reflecting in your first week, you're going to jump right into getting to do things, the creative part of it, which I just love. Okay, in week 3, you get to start doing some magic. So you'll learn to practice candle magic. You'll learn about and collect some herbs. You'll learn about crystals and chakras. And you'll do a tarot card spell and a banishing spell. Your weekend activity for week 2 is going to be meditation. So again, super simple, fun. You're getting a lot of exposure already. How many would have got exposed to at least a dozen different witch practices that you might want to incorporate into your own practice. Week 4 will provide an introduction to moon magic, the goddesses, numerology, and astrology. And on the weekend, you'll learn about pets and familiars. So that's what you do on the weekend of week 4. Weeks 5 and 6 are all about spell work. So this is like spell work 1 and spell work 2. So you'll learn about cleansing, grounding, magical symbols, casting a circle, using correspondences, sigil magic, and you'll do spells. These are the spells that you'll do. A freezer spell, a cord cutting spell, a money spell, a healing spell, and a love spell. And on the weekend, you'll make a magic pouch. Super cool. So that's the last 2 weeks. In the final, and like I said, in the final chapter, she wraps it all up and gives you the references that you can put into your book of shadows. So again, what I love about this is the simplicity, the ease of it, that it's lightweight in terms of information, but exposes you to so much. So many things, and really gives your book of shadows a good starting point. This is a book that I highly recommend for brand new witches on their journey of witchcraft. So that's my review. Thank you.